Okay, so first of all, obviously, don't play the lottery. The lottery is for idiots. In Hawthorne, California, that is line of people going way down the street, people buying lottery tickets. This reminds me of the idiots who waited in line for hours to vote for Hillary Clinton, even though California it's already a foregone conclusion, Democrat state. But it's sad but true, but the lottery is basically a form of tax on the poor. Because, first of all, only about half the money put into the lottery pot is actually paid out in the form of prizes. The rest is stolen for things like administration costs, whatever that is, and supposedly for education, the schools, and the children. But studies show that even this money winds up being stolen. But really, it doesn't matter where it's going. It could go towards 911 operators or road repair or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a shell game. It just means that the government just has to spend less money on education than it would otherwise spend on education. And so then with that general fund surplus that's been created by the lottery, they can spend that surplus money on other things like illegal immigrant programs, welfare programs, syringes for the homeless, government employee pay raises and pensions, road diet projects, the high-speed rail boondoggle. It doesn't matter if 30% actually did go to the schools. The only thing that matters is that the people who pay into this lottery as a whole are only getting a 50% return on investment. And I don't know if this figure is based on immediate payouts or not. If not, then we haven't even taken into account the present value of money versus the future value of taking slow payments over 30 years. So if we factor that in, it would only be a 31% payout before taxes, 31 cents on the dollar. But so all you low-income people who account for the majority of lottery sales, that would mean that 69% of your investment is stolen by state government. Call it whatever you want. It's basically a tax that you volunteered for. But so don't play the lottery. You would do much better saving all your lottery money for the next 10 years and then maybe go to Vegas and then placing a low probability bet. You know, right now you could bet $1,000 on the 49ers winning the Super Bowl. And if they somehow win, you win $2 million. Those are much, much better odds than you winning any lottery. The odds of winning the California Mega Millionaire Lottery is 1 in 303 million. You're about 3 times more likely to get killed by a vending machine. I guess people have been electrocuted by Snickers bars or something. You're 300 times more likely to die in a plane crash or get struck by lightning. You're 26 times more likely to get eaten by a shark. Or on the bright side, you're 25 times more likely to become an astronaut and 457 times more likely to win a gold medal, and 1.5 million times more likely to date a millionaire. So ladies, there's a much, much, much better idea. So hike up your skirt and, I don't know, pay a visit to Bootsy Bellows or the Boa Steakhouse in West Hollywood. Although, watch out for posers who spend 90% of their net worth on that sports car that they pull up in. But let's say you won $1.5 million in the California Mega Millions jackpot. You know, actually, forget that. You're not going to win. Let's say you just won $150 million in some other lottery. But that's $150 million paid out over 30 years by an insurance company in the form of an annuity. Ew, you already know how I feel about annuities from my other videos. You don't want that. You do much better taking $93 million up front and investing that money on your own. Now, just like about anything else in life that you earn or win, you have to pay taxes on it. And fortunately, there's no California state tax, but there is still the $36.8 million in federal taxes. So you actually didn't win $150 million. You only won $56.2 million. So what do you do before you claim your prize? Well, you might want to think about trying to be anonymous. Why? For starters, when you have money, you automatically become a target for lawsuits. Sometimes people sue over ticky-tack things. He said bad things about me, or sometimes people just make up stuff. Donald Trump was talking about how people who sued him later admitted making it up. It happens. And so you don't want a potential plaintiff or their lawyer to be able to use a database or even just use Google to find out that you won the lottery or that you own a $20 million home in Beverly Hills. And so you hire a lawyer. Even in states where you're not allowed anonymity when claiming lottery winnings, you can set up, for example, a trust within a trust to hide your identity. And so with that anonymity, this might also hide you from friends, acquaintances, etc., coming out of the woodwork to borrow money, to sell you on some business that they need investors for. One of the most popular ways that lottery winners lose their fortune is by investing in private equity business ventures. A friend needs $5 million to launch a product or open a store that's going to double and triple your money in 5 years. Then later they need another $2 million, another $3 million. Then the whole thing flops. And by the way, why in the hell would you need to hurry up and double or triple your money? If you won the lottery, you're already rich. You should probably think about playing defense. Also, people forget that big homes come with big utility costs, big insurance costs, big repair and maintenance costs, big property taxes. For example, in Los Angeles, with let's say a $20 million home, you might be paying about $250,000 a year in taxes. And then this goes up 1 or 2% per year. After 7 or 8 years or so, you've shelled out about $2 million to the city of Los Angeles. What else? Divorce and child support costs. That's another popular way that people see half of their net worth go up in smoke. Also in the realm of lawsuits, excess liability insurance I think is a must. I bash insurance products on my channel here, but umbrella insurance can literally save your financial life. Chances are you'll never, ever, ever need it, but it's cheap and well worth it. And it probably only costs you about $200 per $1 million worth of insured net worth. And now, umbrella insurance does not cover things like punitive damages, stuff that's reckless or illegal. For example, if you were drag racing at 80 miles an hour on a residential street, or you got drunk and drove and killed someone, not covered. What else? There's all kinds of things. Don't cut corners by hiring unlicensed, uninsured, unbonded contractors. Some, if not most, homeowners' insurance policies don't cover uninsured workers if they get injured or die working on your property. And then you get sued. But these are just a few reasons why you would want to talk to a lawyer if you won the lottery. Because once you have money, you suddenly become a target. Now, what about investing your money? Well, you should meet with a fee-only fiduciary financial advisor on a one-time, one-task, or hourly basis to come up with a financial game plan. And you should be investing mainly in bond and stock index funds, just like everybody else, just as I cover in my other videos. Although I would weigh much more heavily on the bond side than if you were just a regular investor. Maybe at least 50% in bonds, even if you're in your 20s. There's probably no point in taking on much risk as someone who's still building for retirement, unless you're investing for your kids and grandkids. You can even afford to sit on some cash and gold. And then what's ever left of your earnings after you buy your dream home and whatnot, learn about the 4% spending rule. And really, you should not be spending anywhere close to 4% of what's left of your nest egg. It should be more like 1 or 2%, and then your money should last for generations.